You said yesterday that winter came too fast, and pointed at the frost along the pane. A saucer left with cinnamon and milk, a coat hanging heavy near the door. Small things you noticed while you folded up your scarf before you walked away without a word. The kettle hums its familiar tune, the porch light flickers in the gray. I trace the quiet places where you stood and keep every little word you had to say. A single teacup rests upon the wood, while faded photographs turn softly brown. I understand the reasons why you could not stay inside this sleepy little town, where quiet teardrops fall without a sound. Your blue wool slippers stay beside the bed. The radio plays a waltz from long ago. A box of matches, missing 3 or 4. The gentle dent upon the sofa cushion. Each tiny detail holds a piece of you. A quiet house that remembers how we grew. The kettle hums its familiar tune, the porch light flickers in the gray. I trace the quiet places where you stood and keep every little word you had to say. A single teacup rests upon the wood, while faded photographs turn softly brown. I understand the reasons why you could not stay inside this sleepy little town, where quiet teardrops fall without a sound. You told me yesterday the garden needed care, and how the marigolds were getting tall. You spoke of simple things as if you'd stay, and left your shadow hanging in the hall. A single teacup rests upon the wood, while faded photographs turn softly brown. I understand the reasons why you could not stay inside this sleepy little town, where quiet teardrops fall without a sound. I turn the porch light off and lock the door. I set your teacup back upon the shelf. The clock ticks on, just like you said it would. I say goodnight to winter and myself. a shadow rest when the parlor lamp dies? I ask the empty armchair across from my seat. The clock on the mantel ticks, but it gives no reply, and a cup of peppermint tea cools down near my feet. I was thinking of your winter coat from 42, how the silver button hung by a single black thread. Did you ever buy that little house with an ocean view? Or did you keep the small blue apartment instead? The wallpaper blooms with those faint yellow rosebuds. I hear the mail carrier stepping onto the gravel outside. My thoughts drift like autumn leaves floating on flood waters, carrying memory along with the rising tide. We shared a wooden cottage near the turn of the bay, and learned how to part when our hair turned to gray. The letters you left on the sideboard grew pale, while December crept in through a crack in the rail. Now every quiet evening brings your face back alive, though 30 long years have slipped past 45. Did you ever learn to like the taste of black coffee? I still put 2 spoonfuls of clover honey inside mine. A neighbor boy walked past carrying a wounded robin, reminding me how quickly we run out of time. Love isn't a speech that you memorize for a crowd. It is just 2 pairs of shoes drying by the stove. I wonder if the train you took was crowded or loud, when you packed up your radio and left our small grove. The sunlight shifts slow across the hardwood floor. A solitary sparrow sits upon the garden gate. My mind keeps wandering back to that open door, and how we always mistook our patience for fate. We shared a wooden cottage near the turn of the bay, and learned how to part when our hair turned to gray. The letters you left on the sideboard grew pale, while December crept in through a crack in the rail. Now every quiet evening brings your face back alive, though 30 long years have slipped past 45. It drifts through the hallway, this habit of heart, looking for places where 2 people start. You took the brown suitcase, I kept the brass tray, and neither one asked if we wanted to stay. The tea is cold now, but the kitchen stays warm. I fold my wool cardigan against the coming storm. Your reading glasses sit safe in the drawer by the bed. I say goodnight softly to the things left unsaid. His cold brass key is resting by the salt. I trace the notch where your thumbs used to press. We said goodbye without a single fault, just two old hearts admitting to a mess. The winter tea has settled in the cup, and nobody is here to pick it up. I hear the clockwork swing along the hall. It measures out the stillness in the room. I thought that I would break or start to fall, but peace has settled like a soft perfume. You packed your woolen coat before the milkman made his round and walked toward the station while the asphalt still was wet. I watched you from the curtain till you turned without a sound, leaving 40 years of memories I never will regret. The porch light flickered out an hour ago. I smoothed the tablecloth where you would lean. The garden path is dusted over white with snow, a quiet close to everything we've seen. The radio is playing something slow, a melody from 63 or so. I hear the clockwork swing along the hall. It measures out the stillness in the room. I thought that I would break or start to fall, but peace has settled like a soft perfume. You packed your woolen coat before the milkman made his round and walked toward the station while the asphalt still was wet. I watched you from the curtain till you turned without a sound, leaving 40 years of memories I never will regret. It is strange how large a small house gets when somebody departs. The kitchen chair sits crooked where you pulled it out to read. There are no angry words remaining in our weary hearts, just gratitude for all the gentle years we used to need. I pick the key up now and slide it in the drawer. I lock the oak back entrance against the evening chill. I turn the lamp off slowly like I have done before, and listen to the hallway growing still. Dun, 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 dun. Sweet pipe tobacco hung heavy in the kitchen, where 30 summers passed without a sound. He poured 2 cups of black tea by the window before he realized she was nowhere around. Her woolen slippers rested near the hallway. The silver spoons were neatly in a row. He checked the mantel clock upon the wall and listened for her footstep in the hall. The autumn wind blew red leaves past the garden fence. A quiet house can make a long life make no sense. She packed her small brown suitcase while the stars grew dim and walked toward the station far away from him. The 7:30 local train rolled down the track, leaving one old lover with no way to turn back. He found a note beside the sugar bowl, written in her blue ink, neat and small. It said she loved him, though the spark had faded, and 40 years felt shorter after all. He touched the paper gently with his thumb and wondered how a quiet end could come. He checked the mantel clock upon the wall and listened for her footstep in the hall. The autumn wind blew red leaves past the garden fence. A quiet house can make a long life make no sense. She packed her small brown suitcase while the stars grew dim and walked toward the station far away from him. The 7:30 local train rolled down the track, leaving one old lover with no way to turn back. He always thought they would grow old together, safe inside this house of oak and stone. Now the porch light shines across the driveway, and two plain teacups sit up on the counter alone. He turned the kitchen lamp down low at 8 o'clock and locked the heavy wooden front door latch. He held her handwritten note against his chest and struck a single yellow wooden match. The sweet tobacco scent slowly drifted away as darkness settled over one more lonely day. The streetcar bell chimed twice outside and shook the dusty parlor glass. You poured yourself a cup of tea and waited for the chill to pass. He moved his last box yesterday. The hallway bears his pencil line. You turn to speak to empty air and then remember he is gone. Old records never lie to us. They play the truth we try to hide. Come sit right here and rest your head. There is no need to stay inside. A sudden parting stings the heart when quiet winter turns to spring. The silver ring upon your shelf still remembers everything. So dry your eyes and let me bake some apple bread for us newspaper fell on the porch with news about the county fair. You used to walk those timber docks with ribbons pinned into your hair. Now silence fills the dining room where laughter used to spend the day. I brought some firewood for the stove to chase the lonely drafts away. Old records never lie to us, they play the truth we try to hide. Come sit right here and rest your head. There is no need to stay inside. A sudden parting stings the heart when quiet winter turns to spring. The silver ring upon your shelf still remembers everything. So dry your eyes and let me bake some apple bread for us tonight. We'll mend the seams he left behind until the heavy world feels light. Love comes and goes like passing trains that shake the floorboards in the night. You gave him 30 golden years and held him through the fading light. Now take my hand, my dear old friend. This house will learn to breathe again. A sudden parting stings the heart when quiet winter turns to spring. The silver ring upon your shelf still remembers everything. So dry your eyes and let me bake some apple bread for us tonight. We'll mend the seams he left behind until the heavy world feels light. The streetcar rings its bell once more. It moves along the avenue. Put on your coat and walk with me. The sky is turning soft and blue. Tomorrow holds a gentler song for you. Quiet until a sudden memory stirred. A dusty shelf, a faded chair, a secret whispered word. The kettle starts to simmer on the stove across the floor. I watch the afternoon go by beside the wooden door. You packed your leather valleys right around the hour of 3 and left a pair of silver spoons for nobody but me. The yellow curtains softly sway against the window pane. I listen close to catch the sound of distant evening rain. She took the blue umbrella when the stormy sky turned gray, leaving only winter coats and words we couldn't say. I stand beside the hallway light and watch the taxi glide, while all the sweetest memories are locked away inside. The record player turns around upon a velvet track, a simple tune from '62 that never quite comes back. I count the photographs we pinned along the wallpaper. The edges fade to golden brown on every piece of paper. Your handwritten recipe is folded on the shelf. I make a pot of peppermint and drink it by myself. softly sway against the window pane. I listen close to catch the sound of distant evening rain. She took the blue umbrella when the stormy sky turned gray, leaving only winter coats and words we couldn't say. I stand beside the hallway light and watch the taxi glide, while all the sweetest memories are locked away inside. We built a castle out of dreams upon a sandy shore, then packed our gentle heartaches up and walked out of the door. The boulevard is lonely now, the autumn branches lean, a lovely movie closing on a quiet final scene. The streetlight flickers on the street, the air is growing chill. I turn the brass knob slowly and the house is standing still. I save a place for Sunday tea, the way we used to do. The door is locked, the rain has stopped, and I still think of you. Coarse-ripped wool catches on my callous thumb as I pull down the sweater from the shelf. The sleeves are thin where autumn winds grew numb, and I am sitting quietly by myself. A lingering scent of lavender and rust drifts from the collar where your chin once rested. Suddenly the parlor fades away. 30 years drop like fallen snow. I can hear the music box you played and the quiet words we used to know. We stood beneath the porch light when the summer turned to chill. You wrapped that heavy pattern tight to tame the evening air. I promised I would write to you from towns beyond the hill before we traded parting gifts and walked away right there. Now every stitch reminds me of the choice we couldn't make, and how a simple thread can keep an old heart wide awake. Soft cotton trim along the inner seam still holds the shape your shoulders used to bear. It brings me back into that autumn dream when laughter echoed down the wooden stair. You unzipped the collar near the garden wall and handed me the scarf I left behind. Time gently softens what was sharp and sore. The colors fade, but memory stays whole. I fold the sleeves and close the cedar door, holding the comfort left within my soul. I hang the wool the closet like a cherished book, and smile into the dark with peaceful eyes. Sits heavy on the mantelpiece dial, glowing soft beneath a faded paper shade. I picture years from now, a quiet distant mile, where all these tender, bitter memories fade. We will both be older in a different town, settled into lives we built alone. I can see the gentle turn of silver in your hair, reaching for a teacup on a folding kitchen chair. When autumn leaves drift down the avenue in spring like grace, a quiet stranger smiles with eyes that look like yours used to. I will nod politely while I walk on through the marketplace, and wonder if you kept the wooden record player too. No tears will fall upon the pavement where the shadows blend, just two forgotten lovers reaching peaceful, quiet end. 7 p.m. ringing from a church steeple spire will find me pouring coffee for a neighbor down the hall. I will not be broken or consumed by a former fire when your forgotten picture slips behind the parlor wall. Time will turn our sorrow into velvet vintage lace, leaving only sweetness in the empty room space. I used to think that leaving meant the world would stop its spin, that winter winds would freeze the very door we opened in. But future days are gentle as a slow harmonic chord, where lovers forgive every sharp and heavy-handed word. When autumn leaves drift down the avenue in spring like grace, a quiet stranger smiles with eyes that look like yours used to. I will nod politely while I walk on through the marketplace, and wonder if you kept the wooden record player too. No tears will fall upon the pavement where the shadows blend, just two forgotten lovers reaching peaceful, quiet end. Your clock ticks on to 5 now in the fading afternoon. I smile because I know that peace is coming very soon. We loved each other truly, and we gave all we could yield. Now rest your heart, my darling, in that future open field. Sweet woodsmoke drifted through the chilly lane, where Arthur stood beside the station gate. The autumn air was sharp with falling rain, and 30 years had taught him how to wait. He held a letter folded in his coat, a simple line that Clara used to write. She crossed the platform with a quiet stride, her suitcase heavy settled at her side. They shared no words about the winter chill, just stood together as the clock grew still. Two lovers parting at the evening train, a quiet promise buried in the dark. They traded years for silence in the rain, and left their youth behind in Oakwood Park. The whistle blew across the misty track, and neither turned to look a second back. The scent of dry leaves lingers on the porch, where once they danced when August nights were warm. He kept the matches from a faded torch. She kept a pressed rose weathered by the storm. Now distance stretches wide between two towns, as twilight settles slowly, turning brown. Some stories end without a dramatic scene, just moving boxes stacked in dusty rows. A gentle friendship grew in shades of green, then faded soft as winter river flows. The station lights flicker out one by one, their quiet parting is at last complete. He turns his collar to the evening frost and walks alone down Miller Lane's long street. A silver thimble sits beside my tea. He used to sew the thread when skirts came loose. The porch light flickers where you used to be, and silence makes a very quiet excuse. I roll the metal softly in my hand. It holds the shape of fingers gone away. Some things are hard for men to understand. When love decides it simply cannot stay. The kettle hums its familiar tune. The kitchen chair is sitting hollow now. I count the shadows underneath the moon and try to learn to live without you now. Old records spin upon the silent shelf, while winter winds blow dust across its broken self before a traveler steps outside the door. We said goodbye without a single tear and left our younger days to fade right here. I placed the tiny silver cap away inside the wooden drawer where ribbons rest. The radio plays songs from yesterday, and warm memories settle in my chest. You left your warmth in every curtain fold, although you took your heavy drum to town. The evening air grows quiet, dark and cold, as autumn leaves keep drifting softly down. I used to think that love was built to hold every promise that two young people swore. Now I just watch the yellowing pages fold and lock the brass latch on the kitchen door. Old records spin upon the silent shelf while winter winds blow dust across the floor. A lonely heart must mend its broken self before a traveler steps outside the door. We said goodbye without a single tear and left our younger days to fade right here. The thimble stays inside the wooden box. The tea grows cold upon the wooden stand. I listen to the ticking of the clocks and hold the peaceful quiet in my hand. A sudden thought sliced through the silent front room. A shadow stretched across the patterned floor. I remembered how you used to adjust your woolen coat before you gently stepped outside the yellow kitchen door. The pendulum was still, the house had lost its sound, until that memory turned my world around. The tea grew cold inside the porcelain cup. I watched the dust motes drift against the glass. A single moment brought the old days back up and showed me how the years so quickly pass. You packed your brown leather valise and caught the evening train, leaving a solitary teacup standing on the counter shelf. I watched the red tail lights fade out into the autumn rain and learned to spend these quiet evenings with myself. Now all the letters in the desk remain forever sealed, while distance keeps the broken promises we never healed. far the clock ticks against the floral wall, where your silver picture frame used to rest. I still hear your heavy boots echoing in the hall before you walked away into the golden west. The hearth fire turned to cold and graying dust, and silver teaspoons gathered spots of rust. The tea grew cold inside the porcelain cup. I watched the dust motes drift against the glass. A single moment brought the old days back up and showed me how the years so quickly pass. You packed your brown leather valise and caught the evening train, leaving a solitary teacup standing on the counter shelf. I watched the red tail lights fade out into the autumn rain and learned to spend these quiet evenings with myself. Now all the letters in the desk remain forever sealed, while distance keeps the broken promises we never healed. The neighborhood goes dark as every street lamp starts to glow. A neighbor turns his radio to a ballad soft and low. I reach across the sofa cushion where you used to sit and strike a wooden match until the tallow candle is lit. You packed your brown leather valise and caught the evening train, leaving a solitary teacup standing on the counter shelf. I watched the red tail lights fade out into the autumn rain and learned to spend these quiet evenings with myself. Now all the letters in the desk remain forever sealed, while distance keeps the broken promises we never healed. The rain stops falling on the gravel drive tonight. I turn off the parlor lamp and turn the brass lock tight. We walked our separate paths into the fading light, and I won't expect your footstep on the floor tonight. Who turns the parlor streetlight off when winter ends? Or do the glowing lanterns drift like old lost friends? The wall clock ticks sideways when the house grows deep, and lingering thoughts refuse to go to sleep. Your favorite tea mug sits beside an empty tray, beside a yellowing postcard from a bygone May. The vintage radio plays a song from '63, and every gentle note brings back your voice to me. We pack the willow plates inside a cedar box, then turn the iron key inside the heavy locks. The station platform shivered in the autumn breeze, while leaves fell soft and scattered from the You took the northern train into the evening gray and carried half my golden youth so far away. Did I forget to mention that the parlor's ceiling leaks? The neighbor's orange cat comes by and never speaks. I wonder if you kept that little silver pin, while drafty winds keep blowing where you once walked in. My tea turns lukewarm while I trace a faded line on paper where your hand once rested next to mine. The gramophone needle skips upon the spinning disc, remembering your smile was worth the quiet risk. We pack the willow plates inside a cedar box, then turn the iron key inside the heavy locks. The station platform shivered in the autumn breeze, while leaves fell soft and scattered from the maple trees. You took the northern train into the evening gray and carried half my golden youth so far away. Time is a quiet river flowing to the sea. It rounds the sharpest edges left in you and me. No bitterness remains inside this resting place, just gratitude for having loved your gentle face. How many spoons of sugar did you like back then? I guess I will not need to sweeten tea again. The twilight rain begins to tap against the pane, and I am at peace with what will not return again. This heavy armchair sinks into the floor, holding the years I carried through the door. Young man sitting by the window frame, practicing how to speak her lovely name. You think a heartbreak tears the world in two, so I am writing this long note to you. You think the silence means the story ends when she walks out to meet her city friends. You hold your head inside your trembling hands, unaware of how the sorrow expands. Let a ring drop inside the wooden till, walk through the autumn cold along the hill. Time heals the sharpest cut and calms the storm, while memory keeps a quiet corner warm. You will find peace beyond the tearful goodbye, under a softer, kinder evening sky. You cried all night upon the parlor rug, wishing for just one final honest hug. You thought your youth was buried in the rain, that no new summer could erase the pain. But look at me, still standing strong and whole, with gentle music living in my soul. Don't pack your bags or run away tonight. Each coming hour brings a different light. Love changes shape, it doesn't really die. It learns to settle like a lullaby. Fold up this paper, place it on your chest. Forgive yourself and let the young heart rest. She was a chapter, lovely, bright and brief, and time will turn your sorrow into peace. Colored streetlight filtered through the dusty window pane. An old man set his mug down, asking if I mind the rain. I smiled and shifted over on the worn-out vinyl booth. He sat right down and told me that my eyes looked like his youth. He noticed my bare fingers where a gold ring used to shine. He asked the waitress kindly for refills on his line. When love packs up its wooden trunk and leaves without a word, the quietest farewell is often all that can be heard. I gave my early morning heart to someone warm and true, and watching her walk down that road changed everything I knew. The stranger stirred his sugar and he spoke of long ago. He said the hardest part of loving is the art of letting go. I told him how she packed her bags when autumn turned the leaves. We traded quiet stories while the jukebox slowly grieves. We never asked for names tonight, but midnight felt so kind. Two travelers swapping memories of sweethearts left behind. When love packs up its wooden trunk and leaves without a word, the quietest farewell is often all that can be heard. I gave my early morning heart to someone warm and true, and watching her walk down that road changed everything I knew. The clock behind the counter chimed to signal 3 o'clock. He stood up slow and checked his coat and smoothed his silver lock. He said that grief is proof you held a treasure in your hands, and time will make you grateful for the things it rearranges. When love packs up its wooden trunk and leaves without a word, the quietest farewell is often all that can be heard. I gave my early morning heart to someone warm and true, and watching her walk down that road changed everything I knew. He tipped his hat and stepped outside into the neon glow. I watched him cross the empty street as quiet currents blow. My diner coffee ended, but my heavy chest grew light. I waved goodbye to yesterday and faced the rest of night. A milk truck rattled down the avenue, its iron tires grinding on the stone. You haven't moved an inch since 2:30, just staring at an empty telephone. I brought some lemon peel and fresh Earl Grey, so hang your heavy winter coat aside. I know his ring still leaves a paler line upon the finger where it used to stay. It takes a little patience and some time for quiet rooms to turn out fine. We spent 10 years believing love was set in solid stone, yet hearts can drift apart without a single whistle blown. So pour the boiling water while the kitchen turns to steam, and sweep away the fallen dust of every broken dream. The baker rolled his cart along the square, his wooden wheels a familiar steady sound. You spoke his name into the chilly air and watched your tear hit softly on the ground. Old friends are built for days like this, my dear, when promises dissolve like winter frost. He took his record player and his books. He left the quiet hallway feeling bare. Beyond the glass the city softly moves, and life goes on right outside your chair. The steam is rising slowly in the cup. We'll take this long evening step by step. The dark will pass and you will soon look up. I'll stay right here until the tea is spent. You said yesterday that winter came too fast, and pointed at the frost along the pane. A saucer left with cinnamon and milk, a coat hanging heavy near the door. Small things you noticed while you folded up your scarf before you walked away without a word. gray. I trace the quiet places where you stood and keep every little word you had to say. A single teacup rests upon the wood, while faded photographs turn softly brown. I understand the reasons why you could not stay inside this sleepy little town, where quiet teardrops fall without a sound. Your blue wool slippers stay beside the bed. The radio plays a waltz from long ago. A box of matches, missing 3 or 4. The gentle dent upon the sofa cushion. Each tiny detail holds a piece of you. A quiet house that remembers how we grew. The kettle hums its familiar tune. The porch light flickers in the gray. I trace the quiet places where you stood and keep every little word you had to say. A single teacup rests upon the wood, while faded photographs turn softly brown. I understand the reasons why you could not stay inside this sleepy little town, where quiet teardrops fall without a sound. You told me yesterday the garden needed care, and how the marigolds were getting tall. You spoke of simple things as if you'd stay, and left your shadow hanging in the hall. A single teacup rests upon the wood, while faded photographs turn softly brown. I understand the reasons why you could not stay inside this sleepy little town, where quiet teardrops fall without a sound. I turn the porch light off and lock the door. I set your teacup back upon the shelf. The clock ticks on, just like you said it would. I say goodnight to winter and myself. Where does a shadow rest when the parlor lamp dies? I ask the empty armchair across from my seat. The clock on the mantel ticks, but it gives no reply, and a cup of peppermint tea cools down near my feet. I was thinking of your winter coat from 42, how the silver button hung by a single black thread. Did you ever buy that little house with an ocean view, or Or did you keep the small blue apartment instead? The wallpaper blooms with those faint yellow rosebuds. I hear the mail carrier stepping onto the gravel outside. My thoughts drift like autumn leaves floating on flood waters, carrying memory along with the rising tide. We shared a wooden cottage near the turn of the bay, and learned how to part when our hair turned to gray. The letters you left on the sideboard grew pale, while December crept in through a crack in the rail. Now every quiet evening brings your face back alive, though 30 long years have slipped past 45. Did you ever learn to like the taste of black coffee? I still put 2 spoonfuls of clover honey inside mine. A neighbor boy walked past carrying a wounded robin, reminding me how quickly we run out of time. Love isn't a speech that you memorize for a crowd. It is just 2 pairs of shoes drying by the stove. I wonder if the train you took was crowded or loud, when you packed up your radio and left our small grove. The sunlight shifts slow across the hardwood floor. A solitary sparrow sits upon the garden gate. My mind keeps wandering back to that open door, and how we always mistook our patience for fate. We shared a wooden cottage near the turn of the bay, and learned how to part when our hair turned to gray. The letters you left on the sideboard grew pale, while December crept in through a crack in the rail. Now every quiet evening brings your face back alive, though 30 long years have slipped past 45. It drifts through the hallway, this habit of heart, looking for places where 2 people start. You took the brown suitcase, I kept the brass tray, and neither one asked if we wanted to stay. The tea is cold now, but the kitchen stays warm. I fold my wool cardigan against the coming storm. Your reading glasses sit safe in the drawer by the bed. I say goodnight softly to the things left unsaid. This cold brass key is resting by the salt. I trace the notch where your thumbs used to press. We said goodbye without a single fault, just 2 old hearts admitting to a mess. The winter tea has settled in the cup, and nobody is here to pick it up. I hear the clockwork swing along the hall. It measures out the stillness in the room. I thought that I would break or start to fall, but peace has settled like a soft perfume. You packed your woolen coat before the milkman made his round, and walked toward the station while the asphalt still was wet. I watched you from the curtain till you turned without a sound, leaving 40 years of memories I never will regret. The porch light flickered out an hour ago. I smoothed the tablecloth where you would lean. The garden path is dusted over white with snow, a quiet close to everything we've seen. The radio is playing something slow, a melody from 63 or so. I hear the clockwork swing along the hall. It measures out the stillness in the room. I thought that I would break or start to fall, but peace has settled like a soft perfume. You packed your woolen coat before the milkman made his round, and walked toward the station while the asphalt still was wet. I watched you from the curtain till you turned without a sound, leaving 40 years of memories I never will regret. It is strange how large a small house gets when somebody departs. The kitchen chair sits crooked where you pulled it out to read. There are no angry words remaining in our weary hearts, just gratitude for all the gentle years we used to need. I pick the key up now and slide it in the drawer. I lock the oak back entrance against the evening chill. I turn the lamp off slowly, like I have done before, and listen to the hallway growing still. Dun, 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 dun. Sweet pipe tobacco hung heavy in the kitchen, where 30 summers passed without a sound. He poured 2 cups of black tea by the window before he realized she was nowhere around. Her woolen slippers rested near the hallway. The silver spoons were neatly in a row. He checked the mantel clock upon the wall and listened for for her footstep in the hall. The autumn wind blew red leaves past the garden fence. A quiet house can make a long life make no sense. She packed her small brown suitcase while the stars grew dim, and walked toward the station far away from him. The 7:30 local train rolled down the track, leaving one old lover with no way to turn back. He found a note beside the sugar bowl, written in her blue ink, neat and small. It said she loved him, though the spark had faded, and 40 years felt shorter after all. He touched the paper gently with his thumb, and wondered how a quiet end could come. He checked the mantel clock upon the wall, and listened for her footstep in the hall. The autumn wind blew red leaves past the garden fence. A quiet house can make a long life make no sense. She packed her small brown suitcase while the stars grew dim, and walked toward the station far away from him. The 7:30 local train rolled down the track, leaving one old lover with no way to turn back. He always thought they would grow old together, safe inside this house of oak and stone. Now the porch light shines across the driveway, and two plain teacups sit up on the counter alone. He turned the kitchen lamp down low at 8 o'clock, and locked the heavy wooden front door latch. He held her handwritten note against his chest, and struck a single yellow wooden match. The sweet tobacco scent slowly drifted away as darkness settled over one more lonely day. The streetcar bell chimed twice outside and shook the dusty parlor glass. You poured yourself a cup of tea and waited for the chill to pass. He moved his last box yesterday. The hallway bears his pencil line. You turn to speak to empty air, and then remember he is gone. Old records never lie to us. They play the truth we try to hide. Come sit right here and rest your head. There is no need to stay inside. A sudden parting stings the heart when quiet winter turns to spring. The silver ring upon your shelf still remembers everything. So dry your eyes and let me bake some apple bread for us tonight. We'll mend the seams he left behind until the heavy world feels light. The newspaper fell on the porch with news about the county fair. You used to walk those timber docks with ribbons pinned into your hair. Now silence fills the dining room where laughter used to spend the day. I brought some firewood for the stove to chase the lonely drafts away. Old records never lie to us, they play the truth we try to hide. Come sit right here and rest your head. There is no need to stay inside. A sudden parting stings the heart when quiet winter turns to spring. The silver ring upon your shelf still remembers everything. So dry your eyes and let me bake some apple bread for us tonight. We'll mend the seams he left behind until the heavy world feels light. Love comes and goes like passing trains that shake the floorboards in the night. You gave him 30 golden years and held him through the fading light. Now take my hand, my dear old friend. This house will learn to breathe again. A sudden parting stings the heart when quiet winter turns to spring. The silver ring upon your shelf still remembers everything. So dry your eyes and let me bake some apple bread for us tonight. We'll mend the seams he left behind until the heavy world feels light. The streetcar rings its bell once more. It moves along the avenue. Put on your coat and walk with me. The sky is turning soft and blue. Tomorrow holds a gentler song for you. Until a sudden memory stirred. A dusty shelf, a faded chair, a secret whispered word. The kettle starts to simmer on the stove across the floor. I watch the afternoon go by beside the wooden door. You packed your leather valleys right around the hour of 3. Left a pair of silver spoons for nobody but me. The yellow curtains softly sway against the window pane. I listen close to catch the sound of distant evening rain. She took the blue umbrella when the stormy sky turned gray, coats and words we couldn't say. I stand beside the hallway light and watch the taxi glide, while all the sweetest memories are locked away inside. The record player turns around upon a velvet track, a simple tune from '62 that never quite comes back. I count the photographs we pinned along the wallpaper. The edges fade to golden brown on every piece of paper. Your handwritten recipe is folded on the shelf. I make a pot of peppermint and drink it by myself. The yellow curtains softly sway against the window pane. I listen close to catch the sound movie closing on a quiet final scene. The streetlight flickers on the street, the air is growing chill. I turn the brass knob slowly and the house is standing still. I save a place for Sunday tea, the way we used to do. The door is locked, the rain has stopped, and I still think of you. Coarse-ribbed wool catches on my calloused thumb as I pull down the sweater from the shelf. The sleeves are thin where autumn winds grew numb, and I am sitting quietly by myself. A lingering scent of lavender and rust drifts from the collar where your chin once rested. Suddenly the parlor fades away. 30 years drop like fallen snow. I can hear the music box you played and the quiet words we used to know. We stood beneath the porch light when the summer turned to chill. You wrapped that heavy pattern tight to tame the evening air. I promised I would write to you from towns beyond the hill before we traded parting gifts and walked away right there. Now every stitch reminds me of the choice we couldn't make, and how a simple thread can keep an old heart wide awake. Soft cotton trim along the inner seam still holds the shape your shoulders used to bear. It brings me back into that autumn dream when laughter echoed down the wooden stair. You unzipped the collar near the garden wall and handed me the scarf I left behind. Time gently softens what was sharp and sore. The colors fade, but memory stays whole. I fold the sleeves and close the cedar door, holding the comfort left within my soul. I hang the wool back on the wooden hook. The house is silent as the daylight dies. I close the closet like a cherished book and smile into the dark with peaceful eyes. Sits heavy on the mantelpiece dial, glowing soft beneath a faded paper shade. I picture years from now, a quiet distant mile, where all these tender, bitter memories fade. fade. We will both be older in a different town, settled into lives we built alone. I can see the gentle turn of silver in your hair, reaching for a teacup on a folding kitchen chair. When autumn leaves drift down the avenue in spring-like grace, a quiet stranger smiles with eyes that look like yours used to. I will nod politely while I walk on through the marketplace and wonder if you kept the wooden record player too. No tears will fall upon the pavement where the shadows blend, just two forgotten lovers reaching peaceful, quiet end. 7 p.m. ringing from a church steeple spire will find me pouring coffee for a neighbor down the hall. I will not be broken nor consumed by former fire when your forgotten picture slips behind the parlor wall. Time will turn our sorrow into velvet vintage lace, leaving only sweetness in the empty room space. I used to think that leaving meant the world would stop its spin, that winter winds would freeze the very door we opened in. But future days are gentle as a slow harmonic chord, where lovers forgive every sharp and heavy-handed word. When autumn leaves drift down the avenue in spring-like grace, a quiet stranger smiles with eyes that look like yours used to. I will nod politely while I walk on through the marketplace and wonder if you kept the wooden record player too. No tears will fall upon the pavement where the shadows blend, just two forgotten lovers reaching peaceful, quiet end. The clock ticks on to 5 now in the fading afternoon. I smile because I know that peace is coming very soon. We loved each other truly, and we gave all we could yield. Now rest your heart, my darling, in that future open field. Sweet woodsmoke drifted through the chilly lane, where Arthur stood beside the station gate. The autumn air was sharp with falling rain, and 30 years had taught him how to wait. He held a letter folded in his coat, a simple line that Clara used to write. She crossed the platform with a quiet stride, her suitcase heavy settled at her side. They shared no words stood together as the clock grew still. Two lovers parting at the evening train, a quiet promise buried in the dark. They traded years for silence in the rain, and left their youth behind in Oakwood Park. The whistle blew across the misty track, and neither turned to look a second back. The scent of dry leaves lingers on the porch, where once they danced when August nights were warm. He kept the matches from a faded torch. She kept a pressed rose weathered by the storm. Now distance stretches wide between two towns, as twilight settles slowly, turning brown. Some stories end without a dramatic scene, just moving boxes stacked in dusty rows. A gentle friendship grew in shades of green, then faded soft as winter river flows. The station lights flicker out one by one. Their quiet parting is at last complete. He turns his collar to the evening frost and walks alone down Miller Lane's long street. A silver thimble sits beside my tea. He used to sew the thread when skirts came loose. The porch light flickers where you used to be, and silence makes a very quiet excuse. I roll the metal softly in my hand. It holds the shape of fingers gone away. Some things are hard for men to understand. When love decides it simply cannot stay. The kettle hums its familiar tune. The kitchen chair is sitting hollow now. I count the shadows underneath the moon, and try to learn to live without you now. Old records spin upon the silent shelf, while winter winds blow dust across the floor. A lonely heart must mend its broken self before a traveler steps outside the door. We said goodbye without a single tear, and left our younger days to fade right here. I place the tiny silver cap away inside the wooden drawer where ribbons rest. The radio plays songs from yesterday, and warm memories set You left your warmth in every curtain fold. Although you took your heavy trunk to town, the evening air grows quiet, dark and cold, as autumn leaves keep drifting softly down. I used to think that love was built to hold every promise that two young people swore. Now I just watch the yellowing pages fold and lock the brass latch on the kitchen door. Old records spin upon the silent shelf, while winter winds blow dust across the floor. A lonely heart must mend its broken self before a traveler steps outside the door. We said goodbye without a single tear, and left our younger days to fade right here. The thimble stays inside the wooden box. The tea grows cold upon the wooden stand. I listen to the ticking of the clocks and hold the peaceful quiet in my hand. A sudden thought sliced through the silent front room. A shadow stretched across the patterned floor. I remembered how you used to adjust your woolen coat before you gently stepped outside the yellow kitchen door. The pendulum was still, the house had lost its sound, until that memory turned my world around. The tea grew cold inside the porcelain cup. I watched the dust motes drift against the glass. A single moment brought the old days back up and showed me how the years so quickly pass. You packed your brown leather valise and caught the evening train, leaving a solitary teacup standing on the counter shelf. I watched the red tail lights fade out into the autumn rain and learned to spend these quiet evenings with myself. Now all the letters in the desk remain forever sealed, while distance keeps the broken promises we never healed. The grandfather clock ticks against the floral wall, where your silver picture frame used to rest. I still hear your heavy boots echoing in the hall before you walked away into the golden west. The hearth fire turned to cold and graying dust, and silver teaspoons gathered spots of rust. The tea grew cold inside the porcelain cup. I watched the dust motes drift against the glass. single moment brought the old days back up and showed me how the years so quickly pass. You packed your brown leather valise and caught the evening train, leaving a solitary teacup standing on the counter shelf. I watched the red tail lights fade out into the autumn rain and learned to spend these quiet evenings with myself. Now all the letters in the desk remain forever sealed, while distance keeps the broken promises we never healed. The neighborhood goes dark as every street lamp starts to glow. A neighbor turns his radio to a ballad soft and low. I reach across the sofa cushion where you used to sit and strike a wooden match until the tallow candle is lit. You packed your brown leather valise and caught the evening train, leaving a solitary teacup standing on the counter shelf. I watched the red tail lights fade out into the autumn rain and learned to spend these quiet evenings with myself. Now all the letters in the desk remain forever sealed, while distance keeps the broken promises we never healed. The rain stops falling on the gravel drive tonight. I turn off the parlor lamp and turn the brass lock tight. We walked our separate paths into the fading light, and I won't expect your footstep on the floor tonight. Who turns the parlor streetlight off when winter ends? Or do the glowing lanterns drift like old lost friends? The wall clock ticks sideways when the house grows deep, and lingering thoughts refuse to go to sleep. Your favorite tea mug sits beside an empty tray, beside a yellowing postcard from a bygone May. The vintage radio plays a song from '63, and every gentle note brings back your voice to me. We pack the willow plates inside a cedar box, then turn the iron key inside the heavy locks. The station platform shivered in the autumn breeze, while leaves fell soft and scattered from the maple trees. You took the northern train into the evening gray and carried half my golden youth so far away. Did I forget to mention that the parlor's ceiling leaks? The neighbor's orange cat comes by and never speaks. I wonder if you kept that little silver pin, while drafty winds keep blowing where you once walked in. My tea turns lukewarm while I trace a faded line on paper where your hand once rested next to mine. The gramophone needle skips upon the spinning disc. Remembering your smile was worth the quiet risk. We packed the willow plates inside a cedar box, then turned the iron key inside the heavy locks. The station platform shivered in the autumn breeze, while leaves fell soft and scattered from the maple trees. You took the northern train into the evening gray, and carried half my golden youth so far away. Time is a quiet river flowing to the sea. It rounds the sharpest edges left in you and me. No bitterness remains inside this resting place, just gratitude for having loved your gentle face. How many spoons of sugar did you like back then? I guess I will not need to sweeten tea again. The twilight rain begins to tap against the pane, and I am at peace with what will not return again. This heavy armchair sinks into the floor, holding the years I carried through the door. Young man sitting by the window frame, practicing how to speak her lovely name. You think a heartbreak tears the world in two, so I am writing this long note to you. You think the silence means the story ends when she walks out to meet her city friends. You hold your head inside your trembling hands, unaware of how the sorrow expands. Let a ring drop inside the wooden till, walk through the autumn cold along the hill. Time heals the sharpest cut and calms the storm, while memory keeps a quiet corner warm. You will find peace beyond the tearful goodbye, under a softer, kinder evening sky. You cried all night upon the parlor rug, wishing for just one final honest hug. You thought your youth was buried in the rain, that no new summer could erase the pain. But look at me, still standing strong and whole, with gentle music living in my soul. Don't pack your bags or run away tonight. Each coming hour brings a different light. Love changes shape, it doesn't really lullaby. Fold up this paper, place it on your chest. Forgive yourself and let the young heart rest. She was a chapter, lovely, bright, and brief, and time will turn your sorrow into peace. Colored streetlight filtered through the dusty window pane. An old man set his mug down, asking if I mind the rain. I smiled and shifted over on the worn-out vinyl booth. He sat right down and told me that my eyes looked like his youth. He noticed my bare fingers where a gold ring used to shine. He asked the waitress kindly for refills on his line. When love packs up its wooden trunk and leaves without a word, the quietest farewell is often all that can be heard. I gave my early morning heart to someone warm and true, and watching her walk down that road changed everything I knew. The stranger stirred his sugar and he spoke of long ago. He said the hardest part of loving is the art of letting go. I told him how she packed her bags when autumn turned the leaves. We traded quiet stories while the jukebox slowly grieves. We never asked for names tonight, but midnight felt so kind. Two travelers swapping memories of sweethearts left behind. When love packs up its wooden trunk and leaves without a word, the quietest farewell is often all that can be heard. I gave my early morning heart to someone warm and true, and watching her walk down that road changed everything I knew. The clock behind the counter chimed to signal 3 o'clock. He stood up slow and checked his coat and smoothed his silver lock. He said that grief is proof you held a treasure in your hands, and time will make you grateful for the things it rearranges. When love packs up its wooden trunk and leaves without a word, the quietest farewell is often all that can be heard. I gave my early morning heart to someone warm and true, and watching her walk down that road changed everything I knew. He tipped his hat and stepped outside into the neon glow. I watched him cross the empty street as quiet currents blow. My diner coffee ended, but my heavy chest grew light. I waved goodbye to yesterday and faced the rest of night. fingers grinding on the stone. You haven't moved an inch since 2:30, just staring at an empty telephone. I brought some lemon peel and fresh Earl Grey, so hang your heavy winter coat aside. I know his ring still leaves a paler line upon the finger where it used to stay. It takes a little patience and some time for quiet rooms to turn out fine. We spent 10 years believing love was set in solid stone, yet hearts can drift apart without a single whistle blown. So pour the boiling water while the kitchen turns to steam, and sweep away the fallen dust of every broken dream. The baker rolled his cart along the square, his wooden wheels a familiar steady sound. He spoke his name into the chilly air and watched your tear hit softly on the ground. Old friends are built for days like this, my dear, when promises dissolve like winter frost. He took his record player and his books. He left the quiet hallway feeling bare. Beyond the glass the city softly moves, and life goes on right outside your chair. The steam is rising slowly in the cup. We'll take this long evening step by step. The dark will pass and you will soon look up. I'll stay right here until the tea is spent.